friends, my name is Sean Pierce Johnson and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm really excited because we're taking a look at a very special guitar in my estimation. This is a James Tyler JTG M1 model in beautiful Egyptian gold. And this one is a bit different than one that you might get at a store these days. But first, a little bit of backstory on this one. It was about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago, that I found myself discovering a brand new guitar show in Anaheim, the OC Vibe Guitar Show. And something really cool about it was happening. It was at the Honda Center, the former Arrowhead Pond of Anaheim, and there was going to be some great players doing clinics and performances like Phil X, Philip Sace, and some very cool brands that I was aware of and some that I wasn't aware of. And one of the brands that was present, to my surprise a little bit, was James Tyler Guitars. And I went over and talked to GM Rich Renken, and he let me sit down with all the guitars and check them out through this cool little setup they had. Also a huge thanks to Andrew, I don't remember his last name at this point, but he had basically tuned all these cool presets on a quad Cortex to do everything from like your classic 80s session clean, wet, dry, wet, all that craziness, to just some beautiful distorted tones that really helped you see how magical James Tyler guitars could be. Over the course of the last few months of 2024, Rich and I would bump into each other at various guitar shows in SoCal. We'd have great chats in person, we'd interact on social media, and by the time NAMM rolled around, we had struck up a pretty good friendship. First name basis, hugs, and all that stuff. And that was where they announced the arrival of the JTG series. The last project that James Tyler, Jim as Rich affectionately calls him, the last project that Jim worked on. And to know that we were getting James Tyler level quality guitars in a made in China package that Jim himself approved was a great prospect. Because let's face it, in their USA and Japanese made versions, James Tyler guitars can be very pricey. It would take a few months, but I did finally get up to the James Tyler shop in San Fernando, California. For those of you wondering, that's the northeast portion of the San Fernando Valley. SoCal is a big place, people. But I found myself at the shop checking out what the builders were doing, how they were doing what they were doing, some of the cool things that they were working on that I can't tell you about. But also Rich and I sat down for one of the greatest sit-down interviews I've ever done in the history of making videos here on this channel. That video will be coming in the future, hopefully the near future, because I mistakenly left my Zoom recorder at the James Tyler shop like an idiot, and I still need to get it back from Rich. But we touched on so many things that I can't wait to share, and it's kind of got the creative juices flowing for a different kind of video idea. And when we were finally done with the sit down and we were packing up and getting ready to go, he wanted to send me home with a guitar, but he didn't have anything like, you know, that you would typically think of as a James Tyler guitar, because let's face it, the S-style Studio Elite kind of guitars, that's what people think of as James Tyler. But then he went and rooted around in some cases and he pulled out the case that held this. And he said, maybe I don't want to give you this one because it does kind of need some work. I could work on it and then I can mail it to you. And so I asked, Rich, what kind of work does it need? Like, how could it possibly need any work? It looks amazing. And he's like, well, it really could use a set of strings and a setup. I picked this thing up and I started playing it right there on the counter, and I'm like, Rich, I can change strings. Like, this is no big deal. This guitar feels fantastic. I'll take this one. But this one is a little bit special because this particular JTG M1 is actually a prototype of the final product. Now, there's only one small difference with this versus what you can buy of this model in the stores, and that's that the controls are a bit more smushed together. When you buy an M1 straight from a retailer, they're going to be a bit further spaced out. But I have not found that to be a hindrance to my enjoyment of this guitar in any way, shape, or form. So as far as building materials, the body is 2 pieces of akume and the neck is a set 2-piece akume neck. We have a 2-piece maple top and a rosewood fretboard. We get that natural maple binding on the fretboard and the body. This thing just looks absolutely gorgeous. It screams all of my Gibson guitar loving heart. It is just an absolute stunner. But it is something interesting, akume. It is a newer tone wood, something that's been used as a more sustainable option. I specifically remember seeing it coming from the Yamaha Rev Stars when those started to come out. But if you're wondering how it equates tonally to the mahogany alternative, I'd say that sound-wise, it's very much within that school. And even in its look, it looks like mahogany. However, it is much lighter in weight. I cannot confirm that this is a chambered body outside of, your typical electronics cavities, but this thing weighs no more than my Fender American Pro 2 Stratocaster. So you get that lightweight, you get something that's like a Tele Deluxe custom mixed with a Les Paul standard. Be still my dual humbucker, single cut guitar loving heart. This thing is fantastic. In and of itself, the scale length is more close to a Fender style scale length with 25.5 inches, but we have 22 frets, a 9.5 inch fingerboard radius. It plays like a Les Paul, but with a longer scale length. And we've got these beautiful mother of pearl block inlays like a Les Paul custom, but one thing very cool, we have luminlay side dots on this guy. So I did recently play this where I had to be on a dark stage to start out the set, and these things really showed up. We've got JTG locking tuners with brass post inserts, so that's pretty cool. We've got a tune-o-matic bridge and a stop bar tailpiece, 2 volume, 2 tone controls, no push-push, no push-pull, 3-way toggle switch, 2 JTG humbuckers. We have the JTG Super in the bridge and a JTG Retro in the neck, JTG versions of James Tyler pickups, and the Jescar frets. I mean, they are not anything like a stainless steel fret or anything super crazy premium, but man, this feels very familiar. This guitar, although new, feels like an old friend. friends, that is a little look at this absolutely gorgeous and stunning piece of James Tyler Guitars history. The prototype, one of the final prototypes, JTG M1 in Egyptian gold. Rich, I don't know how I can thank you enough. This thing is fantastic. If you buy one of these brand new from a retailer, I would love to know what your experience was with it, but I don't feel like I need to do anything to this. If this is the one that I keep for forever, I'll be happy. It's an absolutely fantastic guitar. I maybe would like to see this done up in my black and silver kind of aesthetic because it would just be fun to do that. But you're going to see a lot of this guitar on the channel in the coming years. You're going to hear a lot of this guitar in future songs that I am writing with Cockeyed Optimist, my band, playing at church. This is going to be a regular player on the channel, and I am so excited about it. I'm also really excited for you to hear this conversation with Rich Renken. He has an amazing story. He is such a great dude. He's one of my favorite people in this business, and there are maybe, can count them on two hands, really great people in this weird, wild gear world, and Richard is one of them. Thank you, Rich, so much for this, and thank you to all of you for watching this video and indulging me in showing you this absolutely incredible gift that I was bestowed with. What did you think of this guitar? Do you want to hear more, a specific sound, or do you want to know more about James Tyler in general? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. I'll do my best to get back to as many of you as possible. If you did at any point like what you saw, please do click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. And if you want to really help out, use the affiliate links I have in the description box down below. Until we see each other again, my friends, I'm Sean Pierce Johnson, wishing you all watching great tone and happy stomping. Cheers, everybody. God bless.